Okay, so I just had a little, somehow I got cut off. So hopefully you can join back in. So what I'm talking about is how to create cash fast. And I know oftentimes people struggle with cash. So here, today what I'm going to focus on is helping you with steps that you can take to create cash quickly so that in the future, as you move forward, you won't have the money block that comes up for you. So yeah, I know you're just joining back in. I got cut off for some reason, technology. So hopefully this holds space that technology is with us today. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you these steps that you can take to create cash. And I invite you to take these steps today. Like I invite as much as you can do today, because the sooner you actually take action, the more likely you are to do it. So yes, thank you for rejoining me. Okay, so the first step is to first think about how much money would you like to welcome into your life. And what I mean by that is to look at a time frame. So if you're just like, I need to generate cash really quickly, is that this week, like within 1 week, within 2 weeks, within the next month? Or maybe for some of you, it's within the next 2 months. Usually it's like a need for right now. So think about how much that is. Is it $5,000? Is it $10,000? Is it $25,000? Maybe it's $100,000 over the next 2 weeks. And what's wild and awesome is that I myself have experienced these levels of abundance. And I've also taught clients, my powerhouse clients, how to also welcome in this level of abundance. So step number one is to get really clear on how much are you calling forward into your life. So go ahead and think about that and write that down. I'm gonna grab my calculator because I want to have the energy of the calculator. I know we have calculators on our phones, but I like to have the fat buttons, right? Like these old school. I like to have the fat buttons, so I just gotta get crazy with it. So think about how much. And then the second step is to think about what can you create? Like maybe you already have a premium offering. If you don't have a premium offering, and what I mean by premium is anything more than, I would say, $2,000. Like what could I create that is a premium package that would make a difference for my ideal client? What could I create that's a premium package that would make a difference for my ideal client? So this is your chance to really put yourself in the shoes of your ideal client. Put yourself in the mind of your ideal client. What is their pain point? What is their pain point? What do they want? And think about what can you create that would make a difference for them. So let me give you some examples. So one example would be like what I have coming up. I've created a 2-day intensive workshop. So it's a 2-day workshop. It's for an intimate group for about 12 people, around 12 entrepreneurs and that's the problem that I'm solving. The problem that I'm solving is that there's so many entrepreneurs who struggle with their marketing message, their copywriting or content writing for what they're putting out there in emails and Facebook Lives, even in their group programs, and overcoming objections in sales conversations. Like I know these are 3 problems that I solve really well for my clients. And not all of my clients always want to do a longer term program, or they may not feel ready for it. So I thought, why not create a 2-day intensive where I teach the best of what I have in 2 full days, like super value packed days with an intimate group. So I created this. It's happening in June 24th and 25th, Rancho Santa Fe near San Diego. And the reason I created this is because I thought about what can I create? What can I create that'll make a massive difference for my ideal clients that need help in these areas of marketing, messaging, copy, and content writing that lands with their ideal clients, and handling objections, because that was the most popular training at my Powerhouse Retreat. So in your world, in your industry, you get to think about what can I create? Now, it could also be a VIP day, a VIP intensive day, where it's one-on-one. It could be via Skype or Zoom, so you can even do it from the comforts of your own home or traveling. And think about, okay, in one day, if I got the chance to work with my ideal client in one day, what could I create in that day with that person to make the biggest difference for them? And just be really clear about this, because you can definitely customize it to someone, so just really be flexible with it. At the same time, think about the best of what it is that you offer, and then think about creating a day with that person and what would they walk away with. Now, sometimes my entrepreneurs out there ask me things like, well, how much should I charge for that? Or what, how can I make this that valuable? Or who am I to charge $5,000 for a 1-day intensive? And these are thoughts I used to have too. So just know that if that's coming up for you, that's a very common thought to have come up. And so the key thing is to create value in what it is you're offering. And until you created enough value in the package where you're enrolled in it, don't go out there yet and sell it. You've got to be enrolled in it first. So a VIP intensive day could look like $1,000 for 1 day. Now that might even feel stretchy for you if you've never done something like this. So if it does feel stretchy, then think about what could I do as added value? So added value could be, okay, after the 1 day, maybe for 30 days, I give them Voxer access to me. Voxer is an app, Voxer, like Voxer. It's an app where it's like a walkie-talkie where you can hear somebody in live time, or it's like a voice texting, exchange, and you can also text in it. So it's a really great way for just laser coaching. I use it with my Powerhouse clients. Or maybe you even have a couple of coaching sessions even after that 1-day intensive. So just think about how can I make the biggest difference with this premium offering, and then do the math on it. So say in that step 1, you're like, I would love to generate $10,000 in the next 2 weeks. Okay, so I get my fat calculator out. I'm like, okay, $10,000. And say that I created a package that is a $2,000 package. I don't have a $2,000 package right now, but just for the sake of this exercise. So then divided by 2,000, then that's five packages that I'm committed to selling in the next 2 weeks for $2,000. So just bring it back to basic math and let it be easy. And even if initially you have all sorts of little voices coming up, they're like, who are you to think you can sell this $2,000 package or $1,000 package or $20,000 package? Remember that this voice comes up for all of us, and it's just about crushing this little voice and saying, you know what, I'm here to make a difference, and I'm going to create a premium package that is going to make a massive difference for someone. So this little voice has no business driving my business, right? So just, I invite you to not be afraid and at least take the baby step of opening yourself up to possibility of what you can create. And the reason I also feel so strongly about this is that I have done this throughout my entire journey of being an entrepreneur. And I didn't even know when I was taking these steps that I was creating my own system of create, connect, offer. Creating the package. Now I do a whole module series of creating your marketing mission statement, creating your vision, creating your ideal client, who's your best client, so description. So but ultimately it's about creating this package and then connecting with your ideal clients both online and in person, and then making offers. So it's in taking these steps, I actually created my own system. It's a little side note, but that's something that I feel very strongly about. Okay, so once you have created, like, what is the amount of abundance you'd like to bring into your life, and then you've created that premium offering, whether it's a VIP day, a workshop, it could be a bundled package. So think about what you offer. Some of you may not be, I know I often speak into coaches. Not everyone's a coach. So say you're an esthetician or a photographer, what can you bundle as a package that would create high value? Maybe it's a VIP membership that actually ends up becoming like a monthly membership where people pay $1,000 a month for being a VIP at your location. I mean, there's so many different ways to do this. So just open yourself up to possibility, because you can create any amount of abundance. And I've used this system myself time and time and time again. And I've had clients who've literally had $50,000 weeks or $100,000 month. And it can be mind blowing at first. And just know that if there's those of us who have done this, like one thing my dad always says is, if there's someone else out there doing it, there's no reason why you can't do it. Like, it's just a story in your head. So just let it go. Okay. So then the next step, so you've come up with the number of how much you want to bring in. You've created that offering. And then you've also thought about, created the offering. And then the next step is to think about who do you believe this offering will make a difference for? Who do you believe this offering will make a difference for? So what I like to do is to actually start making a list. So some of you may already have email lists, or you have a social media following. you also know people right now. Like I like to think about the people that I already know, my circle of influence who I already know. So it starts with my inner circle. So I might think of clients, colleagues, friends, people, past clients, people who I've talked to about my programs in the past, but they weren't quite ready to step in. So I just always have this list that I keep adding to. And now with a great team, we have a system in place. So little side note, I always like to give you resources. Airtable, it's AIR table, airtable.com is a great a service online that you can use where you can create these amazing tracking systems. So if you are wanting to really track your activity, then that is a really great way to go. It's something that my wonderful assistant Becca researched all these different systems and found it, and now we use it for so many things. So airtable.com, check it out. Okay, so bringing it back, who do you believe your offering will make a difference for? And even if you initially think of one person, a list starts with one person. Just take a moment, think, if I create this amazing package, who do I believe this will help? And if one person's like name or their face comes to your mind, that is the first person you call. No matter what thought comes up after that, like, well, I think this would help her or him, but I just don't know if they can afford it, or I just don't know if they'll do it, or it might feel weird to offer it. These are all, again, limiting beliefs that can come up. And the thing is that you might just be able to make a massive difference for the person that came to your heart and mind. You really do. So anytime I reach out to someone, I'm not there to push them, convince them, pressure them, none of that. I'm so unattached to whether or not they say yes. I am committed to making a difference for them. So I'll reach out to them. So it might sound something like this. I might say, hey, Sarah, I was just thinking about you, and I would love to catch up or connect with you, depending on the relationship, right? I'd love to catch up with you, and I would also love to share an idea with you or run an idea by you. Something along those, just keep it simple, keep it loving and compassionate. So then we either connect and get to know each other, or we're catching up. And during that time of catching up, I'm listening for specific things about where this person is in her life or his life and where they're going. So I can solidify my thought about what, if this package is truly in alignment with what they want. So if I confirm that from my perspective, I would say, like if this person's Sarah, and I would say to her, well, Sarah, I also shared that I wanted to run an idea by you. So I've created this package, or I've created, in this case, I would talk about my workshop, right? I've created this 2-day workshop that's coming up. Now, mine are date specific. So I would say it's coming up on June 24th and 25th. So first of all, just do you have your calendar handy? Most people have on their phone. So she would look on her phone, and I would say, yeah, can you, first of all, let's just see if it's even possible for the dates that I have, June 24th and 25th. So she would look, it's like, yeah, actually I might be able to do that, or maybe not, either way. But if she is, I'm like, great. The reason why I'm bringing this up is that I'm hosting this 2-day workshop, Powerhouse Workshop, and it's all about teaching you like the best of what I've got with mastering your marketing messaging, your email copywriting / content, so it will totally land with your ideal clients. So like your ideal clients will hear it and want to line up to talk to you, and how to handle objections in a sales conversation. So based on what you're sharing with me and where you are in your business, I know that these are 3 areas that if you just master them, you would have a massive breakthrough in your business. So how does that sound to you? I'm just having a conversation where I'm being generous enough to think about a person that my premium offering will make a difference for. And I cannot tell you how often someone will say, whether or not they say yes, okay? Whether or not they say yes, they say, Amy, thank you so much for thinking of me. Like, I really appreciate you thinking of me. So this is where I'm trying to diffuse and like just diminish any limiting thoughts that you have about just reaching out and calling people. So once you take these steps, it's just about rinsing and repeating. Like, think about the people make a difference for. Start this list. Like, even if you just start it in a notebook, just start making a list. The list starts with one person, and then keep thinking about it. And the more people you think about, your brain will just open up to possibility. You'll start thinking about more people. And as you put yourself out there, I always tell my clients to make some noise. Make some noise about what you're up to. Whenever I create something new, I start to make some noise about it to say, yeah, this is what I'm up to. I'm so passionate about it because I've taken the time to create the offering in the first place that I can't help but talk about it. Like, I'm so fired up about my workshop that I know it's going to sell out. And I know it's going to sell it because I know how much value is in that workshop, and I know the problems that it solves, that I just don't even worry about it. You know what I mean? But the key thing is to take action. So, okay. So I would love to take this chance to open up for Q&A. This is, I always like to, if I have time on these calls, I love to take time to just create space for you to ask questions. So give little shout outs here. Hey, Shannon. Hey, Barbara. Hey, Jessica. Hey, LG. Hey, Laura. So I hope this is helpful. First of all, is this helpful? If it is, just type in yes, 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 yes. I like to hear that this is helpful. And if you have a question for me in your business, I would love for you to type it in. The other thing that you could type in is if there's one takeaway that you're committed to using from this Facebook Live. If there's one takeaway, what is it? And type it in, because then you can be committed to taking action, and I'm here to hold each of you high. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Hey, Melissa. Yay. Awesome. Yes. Okay. So take a moment. Yes. Think about where you are right now in your business. Hey, Tracy. Where you are right now in your business. And if you have one question that we could solve today, what would that question be? What would that question be? And don't hold back. Like, don't think, oh, what if my question's silly? Like, it's all good. Every question's great. Okay, I'm seeing some great takeaways. Shannon says, create noise. Yes, make some noise. If nobody knows what you're doing, then nobody knows that they can buy from you. I mean, I'm telling you, you can create noise from an organic standpoint. Like, you can be on Facebook Live, you can reach out to people. Even, I love Facebook Messenger. So, on the right-hand column of Facebook, when you can open up your Facebook chat messenger, and it has the little green dot of who's on live right now. I mean, depending on, I don't know if all of you are really active on Facebook. Facebook, like personal Facebook is a gold mine. Like, it's a great place to connect with people, family, friends. It's also a place to meet your ideal clients. I get messages all the time from people through my personal Facebook page saying, Amy, I want to know what your coaching packages look like. Or I've been following you for the past few months and I would love to see, how I can work with you. So Facebook is your personal Facebook page. If you're open to making it more of a public, like connect with a ton of people, Facebook page, that's great. But my point is, if you open up your chat, imagine starting even 10 conversations a week with new people that are on that Facebook chat. And here's a side note. Do not, please, please, please do not say hello to someone and pitch them something. I'm not here to judge people who've done that, but I oftentimes will receive a message from someone because they see what I'm up to in the world and they see me as their ideal client, which is fine, but I don't even know them. And they're like, hi, Amy, I'm so-and-so, and I really think you should take a look at my such and such. I'm like, you don't even know me. I don't even know you. With love, like, build a connection and relationship with me first, and then determine if you should recommend your offering to me. Like, just take a little bit of time. Okay, so create some noise for sure. Barbara says the numbers. Yes. Lee says, amazing stuff. Lee, I always love your energy. Jessica says, how to feel confident to call someone to share your new packaging. Great. Okay, so how to feel confident. So first of all, Jessica, this is a big one. I've heard this question many times from my clients, so I'm glad that you've asked this. At first, there may be fear coming up. So sometimes in any part of business or life, we do not have the confidence at the beginning. Anytime I try something new at the beginning, I don't feel totally confident. So when you don't have the confidence, have the courage. When you don't have the confidence, have the courage to take the step anyway. So what does that look like? That means, Jessica, if I've thought about you for one of my upcoming workshops, then, if I, in my heart of hearts, so everybody do this, okay? If you're all up in your head, because I can be all up in my head sometimes, so I know someone out there is in your head right now. Drop into your heart, just imagine yourself dropping into your heart and saying, okay, with integrity, do I believe that my offering will make a difference for this person that has come to my mind and my heart? Like, just be honest with yourself. With integrity, in my heart of hearts, do I believe that I can help someone, that I can help this person? And don't let your limiting beliefs about them stop you. Because then we're like, my limiting beliefs and your limiting beliefs are like having a little limiting belief party, and then nothing happens, like nothing, right? So I'd rather crush my limiting belief. Don't get enrolled by what I assume your limiting belief is. which by the way may just be a projection of my limiting belief. Like, we're always projecting. So it's just about being aware when you're projecting something, and then calling them anyway. And okay, here's another golden nugget. Okay, I'm giving you guys my best stuff today, okay? So when this voice gets so loud, because my little voice gets really big sometimes, like where it's big, right? When it gets really loud, just like, don't do it, don't call her, don't make this offer, what if it's uncomfortable? Then the way I crush that voice is I call it out. So Jessica, if I was on the phone with you and this voice was getting really loud, I would say, you know what, Jessica, I have this voice inside me right now that's saying like, don't offer her this. Like, I crush it and it's like, what? You just called me out. I'm like, yep, I sure did. Or I might say, I even feel funny making this offer to you because I know you and we're friends and we've gone through leadership training together. And I also know that in my heart of hearts, I believe this will make a difference for you. So is it okay if I share with you what this looks like? So the other thing is to ask permission. It's to ask permission. And I mean, 99.9% of the time, like, people say, oh my gosh, Amy, yes, please, I do want to know about your offering. Okay, so I hope that helps. Rebecca, hey Rebecca, who do I think my idea will make a difference for? Okay, as your takeaway, yeah. Tracy says, bring it back to the basics of math. Yes, thank goodness we don't have to do like algebra or trigonometry. I don't know about you, but those classes in high school is not my game. Lee says, what is your strategy on charging premium rates where the potential client will think about the value first? Well, okay, I'm glad you brought this up, because the money it's actually about the value. Like, you can charge any amount, like you can, really charge any amount. It's about the value. So Lee, you get to establish the value in your enrollment conversation. You get to establish the value in your enrollment conversation. If you haven't established the value, then you get to learn how to really master the enrollment conversation. So the way I establish value, and I'm sure I'll be covering this more in depth on another call, is to use the power of storytelling in what it is that you do, and really sharing like how the steps of what it is you do provide value for your ideal client. So of course, yeah, they'll definitely think about the value. If they don't see the value, then there's something missing in you deeply connecting with them in your enrollment sales conversation. Okay. Laura, creating what would be my VIP day. Is this in person or can it be virtual? Laura, it can be either. It can be in person or virtual. What I will say is, when I've done a virtual VIP day, because it's typically like in person, it's 5 hours, including lunch. So we take like a lunch break, but we take it together and we talk about other things. 5 hours on Skype or Zoom feels really lengthy to me. So anytime somebody has chosen a virtual option, we've actually broken it up into 2 half VIP days. So 2.5 hour Zoom or Skype calls. So yeah. Barbara says, take the time to create my offering and for me to get excited about my offering. Yeah, get fired up about your offering. Jessica, courage. Hey, Holly. Shannon, in my heart of hearts. Yep, got to drop into that heart. Okay, I'm loving these posts, or these comments. Limiting belief party. Yep, I'm telling you, these little characters, they have a little limiting belief party, so we get to crush the party. Not crash it, but crush it. Yes. Okay. Jessica says, can you do the same thing in a personal Facebook group, or would that just be a call to action technique? I want to make sure I'm understanding your question. Jess, can you be a little bit more specific? Like, are you talking about, like the premium offering itself? To me, when I use a Facebook group page, that's to complement like a group coaching program. So, yeah, I would use it for a call to action, but if you can just be a little bit more specific with that initial question, that'd be great. Hey, Leilani. Yep. Okay, Shannon. How do you practice for a presentation? Stages. Ooh, love this one. Okay, so Shannon, what I do is initially I type up the outline. One thing that I learned from the amazing Pat Quinn, my speaking coach last summer, is to never memorize. I shouldn't say never. He suggests not memorizing your talk on a stage, and instead have a clear framework of it. So you do know your talk, but it's a framework and not a memorized speech. Now I know there's a time and place for memorizing, like I think sometimes for a TEDx talk, that type of a format, but if you're speaking from stages and you're really wanting to have a powerful impact on the audience, maybe you have a call to action. So here's how I did it. First, I typed up the outline. I got clear with what that looked like. Then I have these big Post-its. You can get it, you know, online or Office Max, Office Depot, a big Post-it pad, like a flip chart Post-it pad. And then I actually, in multiple color markers, because I love different colors, I bullet point out the entire talk and I put them on a wall in my living room because that's where I'm going to be practicing. So I just put them on the wall, and then every day I practice the talk at least 3 times. Whether or not I always have my dog as my audience member, but sometimes Ken will be over. I've had a couple friends who have given me honest and direct feedback. And if you have people come over, just ask them to be give you the most honest and direct feedback. So that's great. Also working with a great speaking coach where you can take video and send it to him or her. That's what I did. And if you want to connect with Pat Quinn, I'd be happy to connect you with him. He's the best of the best. He's like, can't tell me like who he's coached, but based on some of his stories, I know he's coached some of the top speakers in the country, like who are on TV, who lead churches on TV. Like he's done some big things. So yeah, happy to connect you if you really want to go there. Yeah. Okay. And at some point, Shannon, take down the Post-its and practice without them. Like I remember I was like, I'm taking down the Post-its, but by then I could actually see them in my head. So it was a really great way to just have the entire talk in my head. Okay, yeah, I'll connect you with Pat Quinn. I'm just checking the time. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. Has this been helpful? Sounds like it has been. So if you found this helpful for you, please do click on the share button. Click on the share button. This is where we all get to practice generosity. It's not even about me, so I wanna make sure that I'm clear on that. Click on the share button and write a little note about like what was helpful for you, because sometimes if you just share it, then people won't watch it. But if you put your own personal note of what you got out of it, you never know who on your in your own Facebook community that this will make a difference for. And I believe that we all get to stand stronger together and make a difference for purpose-driven individuals. So go ahead and click on the share button, make a difference for someone today. And if you have any other questions, go ahead and post them below because I'll be checking back later. And I'm going to be doing some more free trainings. You know, I've done a couple of free trainings the past couple of weeks, like longer free trainings through Zoom. So if you're wanting to make sure that you get access to the free trainings, just say, yes, I want the free trainings or something like that in the comment section. So my team and I can make sure that you are getting the links and that you're joining us so I can give you everything of what I've got so that you can have your next big breakthrough. And on that note, have a great week, everyone, and I will talk to you soon. Mwah. Bye.